machinist or a fabricator, nor did I have any experience with this sort of stuff before diving in and actually doing it. So take that for what it's worth and proceed at your own risk. That said, spoiler alert, everything worked out well here, so I couldn't have screwed up too bad. No pun intended. I was recently messing around with my night vision gear and noticed that there was a loose connection, specifically between the PVS-14 night vision device and the Wilcox J-arm that connects the PVS-14 to the helmet mount. After a closer look, I found damaged threads on both the J-arm and the PVS-14. As I'm sure you're aware, night vision stuff isn't cheap, so finding this kind of damage caused me to panic a little bit. After some quick Google searching, I found a 4-year-old thread on Reddit dealing with this exact issue. Luckily for me, someone responded advising the OP to use a tap and die set to clean up the threads on both components. Now, I didn't own a tap and die set or any of the individual components, but was quickly able to find one on Amazon for about $25. The link for the exact set that I got will be in the description below. The next day, the tap and die set were at my door, and I was ready to give the Reddit fix a shot. So I decided to start with trying to fix the threads on the J-arm screw, because a mistake at this stage would be far less costly than a mistake on the PVS-14. Now onto the videos. So first I had to lube up the die. I just used some regular old WD-40 here, which Google said would probably be okay. Then I carefully threaded the J-arm screw into the die. There were several different sizes in the kit, but the Reddit response from earlier mentioned the specific size that I was easily able to find. After working the screw forward and backward a bit, the scraping sound started to relax a bit and it was threading much more smoothly. After finishing up with the J-arm screw, I started putting together the tap. I applied WD-40 on the tap as well. And after I had that all set, I started carefully threading the tap into the PVS-14, which, I'm not going to lie, was a bit nerve-wracking. The tap was tapered at the end that's furthest away from the handle, so it was sort of easy to insert, but you just had to make sure that you had it perfectly straight up and down, I guess, to make sure that it would seat properly. And the initial tap holder started coming loose a little bit, so then I moved on to this smaller handle option, which I ended up liking quite a bit better, actually. And it was the same situation here. When first turning the tap into the threads on the PVS-14, it sounded a bit sandy, for lack of a better word, but as I continued working it, the movement got smoother. So here you can see the cleaned up screw threads on the J-arm screw, so it looks pretty good. And I wasn't able to get a clear view of how well it turned out on the PVS-14, but this is me trying to give you an idea of how well it locked up between the PVS-14 and the J-arm afterwards. And I should have taken a picture beforehand, because the distance between the J-arm connection and the PVS-14 body, you could have fit a couple of credit cards in there and it was very loose. So all in all, this was a huge success, and if you ever find yourself in a similar situation, just do a little Google searching and go out on a limb and take a chance and learn something new. Thanks for watching.